What's up everyone, and welcome to a bit of a combined video, both a kind of a first thoughts video as well as a look at how I'm currently modding my Railjack. Had a few people commenting on my Umbral Forma video asking me how I was actually modding it, but I do want to talk about some of the thoughts on the game mode in this video too. So let's take a quick look at the actual build of the Railjack. Now, I am going to say that I do have a high level reactor, which means I have high level mods on here. However, you can get the same effect with lower ranked mods, and also upgrading new grid. It is still a fantastic build no matter when you do it. It just obviously this is going to be one that you can build up towards, and this isn't even finished because I can get a better reactor. I can also think I can get better versions of some of these mods. So just so you know, this build can get better. It's not min-maxed because of the fact that, you know, there are still bits I'm still trying to upgrade, but I want to show you the build that I'm running with right now. That said though, let's take a look at the mods. Survivability, bulkhead and hull weave. Both of these are secti versions, which you can see by the insane drain on them, but they give massive percentages. 506%, 253%, it's going to give us 6,000 health and nearly 3,000 armor. Makes us almost unkillable at lower level. In the Veil though, it means you're not going to be at catastrophic hull failure 99% of the time, which you would be otherwise. It's a really good dose of survivability, and one I would definitely recommend to put on there. We've also got Ion Burn, which is going to increase our boost speed. Very nice for closing distances, whether it's the 20,000 kilometers to the objective, or whether it's just closing up behind an enemy, and that is actually going to be very important to this build. Then everything else pretty much is damage. Polar Coil, going to increase our turret heat capacity, means we can fire for longer. Section density for crit damage on our turrets, Hyper Strike for turret damage. And then we get to the stupidity. I mean, I guess, is it stupid? If it's stupid but it works, is it still yeah, no, it is definitely still stupid. Increase all turret damage by 76% when hull is below 20%. You know what counts as below 20%? Catastrophic hull failure. Yep, that's basically an additional minute of 76% more damage on your guns. Very nice. Repair it with, you know, 5 seconds left to go, depending on how brave you're feeling, and you could have potentially, you know, 50 seconds worth of 76% more damage, which is really nice because you can combine that with Breach Quanta. I don't have the room for it right now, however, that stalls it for another 50 seconds, which means you get another 50 seconds worth of 76% more damage, which is very nice. It's a huge little damage buff. It's very amusing to use these in conjunction with each other. However, you can also use this in case things are going wrong. If you've run out of materials or anything like that, just pop this and allow yourself to go and grab some materials. That's sort of the same thing goes for Void Cloak, really. If you're running out of firefighting charges, you don't have the materials for them, pop your Void Cloak and go and do what you need to do to get those done. Whether it's board a cruise ship and go and grab the resources off the actual ship, or anything, basically. Void Cloak is absolutely brilliant for just taking the aggro for yourself, and just allowing you to do what you need to do in a bit more of a calm setting, rather than in the panic of 4,000 ships swarming around you. Very nice. But the damage buffs don't actually end there. Zekti Shield Array. Railjack damage increased by 25% when shields are depleted. Now, the best thing about Zekti is they have really bad shield capacity, which means that at the higher level, in the Veil basically, you're at 0 shields 99% of the time, which is very nice. It's an additional 25% more damage basically all the time, combined with potentially Last Stand, combined with all your damage mods. It is so good. But obviously, none of these are any good without good weapons. Introducing the Cryophon. Yep, this is a space catch moon. If you've ever used a catch moon, that's exactly what this thing is. It just fires a wave in front of you of frost energy, which is going to do a really crazy amount of damage, quite frankly. And this is why we are using the speed mod in the avionics, the Ion Burn, because it has very heavy fall off. As you can see, if I can bring the stats up here, game, please. Well, I'll just leave it here. 400 to 800 meters, and it falls off very heavily towards the 800 meters too. So you definitely have to be up close and personal, and that extra boost speed just allows you to get in close. I will be maxing that when I have the capacity to, but I don't have right now. Vidar, though, is the best Cryophon by far. Most damage, best crit. I believe it has the best status as well. In fact, we can see from the Zekti here. Okay, it doesn't have quite the same status as the Zekti does, but it has way more damage. It has better crit. It's just all round a much better gun. Especially you can see heat accretion 400, heat accretion 250, which means that it actually you'll get more shots per overheat from the Vidar than you will the Zekti. So you're doing more damage, it takes more to overheat. The Vidar is the best option here. The only reason I've got the Zekti on the side is because I don't have another Vidar. That's pretty much the only reason. But basically, this is a giant space shotgun. You zoom into the middle using your speed mods, and you and your gunners go to work with close range catch moon style blasts. Talking of blasts, this thing as that giant shotgun is absolutely 100% a blast to play. So how do you play this build? Well, honestly, like I say, you are playing it like a giant shotgun. Constantly in the middle of the fight, firing those shots left and right from front guns, from side guns. It's literally the most immense fun. As soon as you spawn, boost into the nearest group of enemies and start blapping things out of the sky with these Cryophons. Legitimately like flying that giant space shotgun. I can't think of a better way of putting it. But the damage output from this is far higher than anything else I've tried so far. As for the damage buffs, the best way to keep those going is to not worry about too much about fires or electrical issues. Hell, even boarding parties that much. You want to be on low health as often as possible, and that includes that catastrophic failure timer. Only repair the catastrophic breach with like 5-10 seconds left, depending on how confident you are, to make the most out of the crazy damage boost. You're basically only ever like 5-10 seconds away from actually failing the mission. It's the reason that I nicknamed this the This Is Fine build, since you're taking advantage of the ship's impending disaster and being completely okay with it. I think it works pretty well as a name, to be honest. So between only being 5-10 seconds away from failing this mission and playing your ship literally like a damn giant shotgun, this build's so much fun. It is a blast to play. I actually had so much fun that I found it kind of hard to stop playing long enough to make a video, which I have to admit is a pretty damn good place to be. I'd recommend giving this build a go if you can. Maybe you can have as much fun as I'm having with it. And I tell you, I really, really do hope you do. But my views on Railjack so far, I wanted to do a short bit in this video before doing a big one. I'm going to address the elephant in the room to begin with. It's probably the buggiest update we've ever had. Literally every single mission encountered some bug or another, some with various degrees of breaking the game or crashing it entirely. This does need patching big time to bring it into a more playable state, and I hope they do that before people's frustrations get too high. Because honestly, I can tell you this, I absolutely love Railjack, and I can genuinely see how much potential that it brings to this, to potential game modes and objectives in the future. The thing is that the core gameplay is a blast. It's got that intense essence of Warframe, flying through space, blapping everything out of existence, launching yourself from your ship through the Arcwing cannon into enemy ships. It is absolutely brilliant. Now I'm going to say that to begin with, it is rough, it's tough. Without some initial mods and some weapons and stuff, the Railjack it is very, very squishy. It is most definitely a very rough time. However, in true Warframe style, you do gain power reasonably quickly, and as soon as you are doing well on one planet, you're going to be taking on the next. But you look at the ship design, the work that the sound team put into everything, and man, those visuals! Some of those skyboxes are pretty breathtaking and really add so much to the mode. The frantic fighting set to that beautiful backdrop, I think it's absolutely amazing. And the best thing is, like I said earlier, it's got so much potential. We know it's a bare bones launch, and a lot of the features are missing. The liches aren't in, squad link isn't in, command skill isn't in, and who knows what else that they were planning on dropping that wasn't actually ready for the launch. So this mode is going to keep on expanding and getting better and better. But there's so much more they can add in the future to tie things in better to the rest of the game. Remember the old treasure ships that used to pop up on alerts from time to time? That disappeared, never came back. Bring those back as raidable ships for a big burst of credits. Make them guarded by fighters who come and defend it while the away team is on board trying to do the spy mission. Resource convoys could be a thing, ambushing those for a big bunch of faction resources. Capital ship takedowns where you destroy the entire capital ship, with waves of fighters trying to defend it. Adding in the Corpus adds another incredible option, which would be crossfire missions. Could leap into the middle of a fight to find a Grineer capital ship, pounding on a Corpus one, and you put your Railjack into the middle of it all. Hell, even add the Fomorians into the mix and have those show up to the fight as well to add another layer of craziness to the whole thing. And that's the thing to Railjack. It's buggy as hell, yes it is, but it is a genuinely solid base from which they can do a lot of cool things in the future, backed up by solid and legitimately fun gameplay. Hell yes! Once those bugs and some of the economy, gets a bit of a look at, then in my eyes this is absolutely a fantastic game mode and exactly what I was hoping for. Please let me know your feelings on Railjack in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to have a more thorough one coming in the next few days. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. Smash that like button, sub and hit the bell for more Warframe content, and I shall catch you in the next video.